In the bustling streets of New York City, 35-year-old Nicholas Bennett, one of the country's most successful entrepreneurs, sat in his luxurious office, examining one of the world's most expensive watches. To him, buying the watch was just another investment, but his mind was preoccupied with a different question. Despite his success, Nicholas found it challenging to see people's true nature. Without his wealth as an ordinary man, how would people treat him? Nicholas devised a simple plan. He picked up his phone and called his closest confidant and right-hand man, David. "David, I need to disappear for a few days. You'll handle the company while I'm gone." David, surprised, asked, "Where are you going? And why?" "Sometimes, you have to step away from the spotlight to see the truth," Nicholas replied, his eyes glinting with determination. Nicholas swapped his tailored suit for an old jacket, worn-out sneakers, and a simple backpack. He boarded a city bus, blending seamlessly into the crowd. Walking through the lively streets of Manhattan, no one would guess that this ordinary-looking man was the head of a multi-million-dollar company. His first destination was a restaurant he knew well, but this time he entered not as a wealthy patron, but as someone who could only afford a modest meal. As he stepped through the door, the waitstaff barely noticed him. He found a table and sat down, browsing the menu. A waiter approached with a smirk. "The meals here are a bit pricey. You sure you're in the right place?" he asked mockingly. Nicholas looked up calmly. "Yes, I'd like a bowl of lentil soup, please." While waiting for his meal, Nicholas noticed an elderly couple at another table receiving poor service. The waiter barely paid attention to them, focusing instead on better-dressed customers. Nicholas observed quietly, etching the scene into his mind. After finishing his soup, he paid the bill and left, more curious than ever about the world around him. Nicholas's next stop was a small bookstore run by a young entrepreneur named Adam, who had recently opened the shop but struggled to attract customers. Nicholas wandered in and began browsing the shelves. Adam noticed him immediately and approached with a warm smile. "Hi there. How can I help you today?" "Just looking at your books," Nicholas replied, impressed by Adam's genuine friendliness despite his simple attire. Nicholas bought a few books and said, "This is a great store, but it seems like customer traffic is a bit low." Adam sighed. "You're right. I don't have the budget for advertising, but I love books and want to keep this place alive." Nicholas could sense Adam's passion and sincerity. "Maybe I know someone who could help you in the future," he said cryptically. Adam looked puzzled but thanked him anyway. Nicholas's final destination was a community center that provided food and clothing to those in need. There he noticed Emma, a young volunteer, tirelessly helping distribute supplies. Despite her youth, she exuded determination and kindness. Intrigued, Nicholas decided to strike up a conversation. "It must be tough working here," Nicholas said. Emma smiled. "It is, but seeing the gratitude on people's faces makes it all worth it." Nicholas was moved by her dedication. "Why do you do it even with all the challenges?" Emma's smile deepened. "Because touching one life can spark a change in the world." A week later, Nicholas dropped his disguise and brought together the people he had encountered. First, he returned to Adam's bookstore. Nicholas revealed his true identity and offered Adam a grant to expand the shop and run a marketing campaign. Adam was overwhelmed. "I never imagined someone would help me like this. My dream is finally coming true," he said. Next, Nicholas visited the community center and met with Emma. She was stunned to learn who he was, but Nicholas reassured her of his intentions. "This center has the potential to impact so many more lives," he said, offering a large donation and support to grow the volunteer network. Emma said, "This will take what we're doing to a whole new level." Finally, Nicholas returned to the restaurant. But this time he didn't just speak to the waitstaff. He sat down with the owner. "If you want your restaurant to thrive, you need to rethink how you treat your customers and train your staff," Nicholas advised. The owner, understanding the critique, agreed to implement a staff training program. Additionally, Nicholas donated a fund to ensure free meals for the elderly and those in need. Nicholas reflected on his journey and realized that his actions had sparked a ripple effect. Helping a few people wasn't just an act of kindness, it empowered them to create positive change in their own communities. In the end, Nicholas understood a profound truth. Real wealth isn't measured by money but by the value you add to others' lives. With this newfound clarity, he dedicated his life not just to business success but to making a lasting impact on the world. Every step he took was a seed planted for a greater good.